Welcome to Klaus's fourth fire trial session. Now again, a few really nice things that you guys do consistently are one, the presentation of the food, and two, the handling of the dog at the start of the fire trial. Really nice work there. Now, in terms of video recording, I really like to be able to see everything that's happening, including the dropping of the article for the dog. That helps me diagnose exactly what's going on and how I can provide better feedback. So I didn't actually see how the article was dropped on that one. And when we move into metal articles, you might need to put a little bit more prey movement into it to get the dog slightly more interested. Now, as we've seen before, Klaus is quite good, and he zeroes in on your trail layer on that fire trail really nicely. Okay, so this next fire trail has a few really important learning points to draw out of it. Again, excellent presentation of the food, and two, need to see what the track layer is doing with the article. Now, another sustained good point for this one is I really like where you've started the fire trail in the really long grass where Klaus is unable to see where where the trail layer has gone beyond a few meters. That's really nice selection of terrain to encourage Klaus to use his nose. Now, the key point for this fire trail that highlights what we need to do next is that Klaus pretty much goes visual for most of this fire trail. And I believe that is because this terrain has now been overused, and now that this is just turning into a little bit of an area search type thing where Klaus is now just hunting for the trail layer in a confined area that he sort of knows that they're going to be in. So we'll see that over the next little while here as he just sort of runs around, runs back to you guys, runs back out, runs back to you guys, and so on until he finally locates the trail layer. Now, the trail layer here does a really good job of breaking the pattern and moving into a corner where Klaus is not hunted for before, so that's really nice. And don't get me wrong, there's some really nice self-discovery going on here, but I think we need to move away from this terrain to a different location. Now, another point to pull out here as well is we want to move with the dog a lot more. So once we've started the fire trail and the dog moves out away from the start article, we want to walk with the dog, never in front of the dog, but we want to go with them so we can see what they're doing. And also we're laying the foundations for having the dog have someone hanging off the back of the leash with them many steps down the road. So in future, Georgie, just make sure that when you have the puppy run off and he's doing his fire trail, move with the dog. If he runs back to the start article, just stand still, but otherwise move with the dog in a way that isn't leading the dog to the trail layer, but is sticking with them somewhat as a sort of teammate, if you will. So what I'd like to see on the next sort of fire trails is preferably move to a different location, and you can add a little bit more distance too.